Hi everyone, welcome to another Train Direct video. In this video is just about a little project that I was working on, which I've been doing at night time more than anything. So what we have here is we have the green machine, and the green machine is my Bloodbowl team. Now it is the original models out of, I think it's like the second edition version of Bloodbowl, and the paint scheme that I had on them was terrible. It was just dead basic. It was like it followed what it said on the instruction book because I painted it many years ago. So they all had a good bath in Dettol. I managed to get everything off, reprimed them and repainted them. So a couple of you probably are familiar with this because I've been plastering these guys all over Facebook. So I thought I'd make a video now and actually put the video on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with this guy because this guy to start with is what I did with him. Come on, I wonder if it's going to focus. It's probably not. Oh, there we go. I haven't still finished basing these guys yet, which I will do. I wanted a little something different, like as you see these are original, and what I did here was I actually just went in with a bit of green stuff and changed a couple of things. Like you'll see on the top of the hat is I created like this hairband, this sort of hair coming out the top just to make him stand out a little bit more. Put some spikes on the shoulder pad and added him a little like wristband. That's all I pretty much did to it. Dead simple to do. So I went in there and gave him like three different types of green. I think I started with this one with snot green, then I think it was a mixture of snot green and goblin green, and then the final highlight of goblin green. And I did some like green washes in there as well in between that, and then a couple of highlights with the silver and things like that. On the red was just, I think it was red gore that I used and highlighted in blood red, and then a bit of black wash like down between the actual other parts. The boots, I can't remember what colours I used for the boots, but there we go. That's him. I did some like I tarnished all the metal parts up. I know I could have gone in here and done some like darker and really like highlighted things and that lot, but to be honest, what I'm going to use them for, this is more than adequate. So I'll show. Basically, it's the same sort of design on them apart from the top. Just used like three different types of blue and took it into a gradient right the way to white, right at the very tip there. So again, it's pretty much exactly the same all the way around. One of the throwers, just here. I went a bit stage further with the throwers by adding an extra layer of green into them as well, and by adding a bit of yellow to the goblin green right at the very end, and pretty much exactly the same effects all the way around on pretty much all of them. I want them all to be in the same sort of team colours. These guys took me a little bit longer to do. That's why the updates for these guys on Facebook took a little bit longer. I really struggled to do this glove. I don't know why, but I just couldn't pick out the fingers very well, especially if you can see just under here. Yeah, if you can see just under there, I really struggled to pick out the fingers. And the highlights underneath there was actually a real nightmare to try and get. But it all worked out in the end. I couldn't actually find the eyes in this guy, believe it or not. All the other guys have got like their eyes painted, but I just couldn't seem to get the eyes on this guy. So, but that's basically him as well. Obviously I need to base him properly, and that'll be him. And the final variation at the back is like the Black Orcs, and the Black Orcs I started with. What colour did I start with these? I think it was Dark Angels green actually. Then I took that down to, I can't remember, is it Kachen green? I think it was. and then added some goblin green to the Cachin green just to do a couple of highlights on it. I think the Black Orcs look really nice in that sort of colour scheme. So same sort of thing with the red. I've kept all like the blue all intact. Did some washing over that's bleached bone. Well, it was grey, then bleached bone, then a little highlight of white at the tips, and then a bit of, I can't remember what wash that I used. I'm sure it's one of the Vallejo brown washes actually that I did that one with. But as you can see, they're all pretty uniformed. I did actually do the silver highlights on the actual armour on this one, on the Black Orcs. So I've got the skull painted in there as well. So that's a bit of a close-up, because I know my camera work on the Facebook didn't actually look that great, so hey ho. But on that note as well, just while I zoom back there, is I also started my Mordenheim warband as well. So this is the first lady that's done. She's like the warband leader, if you will. I'm really struggling to shade white. I don't know why. I'm really struggling to shade the white. She was really difficult to get to that bright white. I had to use like 2 different companies of paints to actually get the white that I actually wanted. So I was quite happy with the hair, the way that came out. I was quite happy with the way that all the robes came out. The chainmail was a pain in the backside to do, because I couldn't dry brush it. Normally I would dry brush chainmail, but it was a bit too late to start doing dry brushing on it after I'd painted the robe. This is probably one of the nicest sort of faces that I've ever managed to do. The camera's not going to show this off terribly well, as I've got the pupils in there and everything. I really impressed myself, to be honest, with that, because I'm not terribly a fantastic painter. I don't claim to be. This one, the face is a little bit more scary. Oops, she's away. I haven't put a picture of her on Facebook yet, which I will do eventually. But yeah, her face is not as good as the first one, but I'm still happy with it. The hands on her was really difficult, because the moulding of the hands is a bit crooked. Obviously when it's been cast, there was a seam line down the centre of the hands, and it really sort of interfered even after like trying to scrape it all out. So this is the other lady. I'm trying to keep these guys pretty simple, pretty flat. I have done highlights, if you can see like the 2 blues popping through there just. Then I've done like a gradient going down into the darkness, and like underneath how it goes like to the black. And I've tried to shade, if you can see just in there, I've tried to shade the white, going from like almost black to white, which I'm really struggling with the shading with the white. I don't know how to do it properly. The hair on this one I'm not so chuffed with. I might go back at some point and change this hair colour, because I wasn't too impressed with it. Maybe it just needs a little highlight of some like yellow or something, like a dry brush yellow over the top, and maybe that make it pop out a bit. So that's this lady. That's all I've done to the warband so far. I'm going to keep continuing with that one. But I just thought I'd let you know what the other sort of things that I've been going up to, other than the Bloodbowl pitch and the Castle Fortress. So, take care guys, and happy wargaming.